What's up, everybody? Welcome back to More Freedom Farms. We're back here in Oklahoma, and we are in the international right now. The IH, I almost said Case IH, which, that's what it is now, but the international harvester right now. And you can see behind me is our farm, and things happened while you were gone. Things happened while you were gone. And somehow I started mowing, and then the next thing I know, I was plowing this field and planting grass. So that happened, and then I was like, man, these trees are annoying. And so then this happened. It was a whole ordeal. I don't know what happened. There was just things happened. Things happened here. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking this lovely international harvester and we're going to be plowing this giant patch of grass into a field to match the rest of this field over here. So that's what we're going to be doing today. That means we need to get the engine started. We need to get our plow unfolded and get the GPS going here. So you have to be very careful with this. And I have started... Oh, I have not done... There's our planters. I have not done one that is the... plow yet. So what we're going to do is we'll flip her around here. If we have to reseed something, we'll probably overseed in a couple. Oh, I think we're good to go, right? No, we're not good to go. Because we have to hit that button. Which significantly changes our perspective there. Trying to get it at 180 here. So we're 180 point. I think that's pretty close. That's pretty close. Set A. Set B. And we're going to call this plow 180. Okay. Alright, so let's make sure we get the right button here. This is fine. Y, create fields. And then we just need to... Oops. There. Man, you don't play for a couple days and you just forget. Now we need to... And then we need to hit that button. Now, which one is it? I was messing with some of the controls, and I was trying to get the... I don't remember why I was messing with it, to be real honest. Oh, I was using a thing that lifted... that you could lift up on the front and implement on the front. That's what I was doing. That's the reason why it's all messed up. I don't know how far down we're going to be able to go here. We're about to find out. We definitely don't own the field on the right, but theoretically we could plow through it. Okay, well there's where we stop. Well, there's where our land ends. All right. Hopefully everybody's having a wonderful Monday and you have been enjoying the videos. I have been working hard on them, trying to get things done correctly. Oh. Hmm. Interesting. Listen, we're gonna have to bring her back out here. Oh, say hello to my T-Rex. I was just trying to put on the cruise control. She only goes about 12. Well, while we're here, there we go. There's number one. Well, here's another one. Probably gonna need to leave this out here while we do this here plowing. Fun fact, there's some trees that are very odd, that are different than, there's one tree that is different than the rest. Okay, we got that one. I'll show it to you. It's this one right here. We're gonna leave this guy over here in the shade. It's this one right here. So this tree right here cuts different than this one and that one and any of the in this one. This tree cuts different with this. So yes, very, very odd. Very, very odd. But we can get back to plowing. So we might run into some of those things here today where it's things I just, you know, you're cutting down trees, you just don't see the stump. So we got to come over and grind her up. All right, cruise control on. And we are rocking and rolling here. Again, we want to be careful. We already planted part of this in the grass, but we're going to make this all into a field. In theory, you know, it's fine. We can redo some of this. And also, there's a little bit of spot that we have to redo up here. That was a little extra. So I was meddling with things, and I went back and fixed it, you know, by painting in the... ground, and I chose the wrong sort of ground for this. So I have to fix some of the stuff that I painted. And you can see that, like, I'll bring up the map here. If we come up here, excuse me. I think it is this button. No, it is, if I come over here to grass. Nope. It is growth. You can see this spot like up here. I planted grass with the painting tool, and I don't want to do that. I need to fix that. Apparently we own this. Yeah, so we own parts of this. We don't own all of it. How much is this? 300,000? If I buy that, we could just own all of it. It's a terrible idea. It's a terrible idea. We still have enough for a combine. We still have enough for the things. We're good. Okay, so one thing we need to do is we need to figure out where we want to stop this field at. Because we can go all the way to the road, across the road. So I would say, honestly, probably right about there. Well, here's will be the difference maker. Here's what the difference maker will be. So let's do this. Let's swing this cat back around here. And let's hit this button, and we're going to call this planter 90. And there's where we want to stop at. Oh, no, 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 no. How far over does it go? Okay, can we get it? Okay, well, let's do this. I think right, what, like right there? That's a little bit. We can figure that out with plants a little grass, you know what I mean? It'll be fine. So we're kind of just framing our field right now. I've known a mini farmer, like many a farmer, I guess, and they definitely use every single part of their field that they can. Okay, if I'm right about, I don't know, right there. I mean, honestly, we need to do this whole thing. So let's do that, and then we can separate the two by painting in the grass. That's what we'll do. Yeah, I remember one time I lived out in the middle of nowhere, and the farmer was plowing for the next year, and he plowed just, it was just like everything that he could get that was a piece of his property, like right up to the driveway I lived on. He plowed all of it. I was like, well, there you go. I don't know how to load it. Base group. Well, I made all these. To enter. Oh, you know what we can do? I can just flip it back. Yeah. I want to see how far down this goes. I actually need to be on the edge of this field. Maybe I have to turn this off and then turn it back on. Because I made all these groups, and maybe they just don't actually do anything. Oh, I think we're 180 straight, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Just right underneath these signs right here. Can we cut those down? Is that a thing? Can we just cut them down? There we go. There we go. Because we can always use course play for that. Whoops. Forgot to hit the lower this implement tool. I don't know about you. I just like things square, you know what I mean? I think I do this on every farm that I play on, where when I'm working a field, I eventually make it so it is a square and not... It doesn't have, like, weird shapes to it. For the most part. At least the US versions of the fields. Or, I'm sorry, the US maps. Because most maps in the US, like most, from my perspective, in areas in which they're the farming area, so like Indiana, Ohio, Illinois, Iowa, Kansas, Oklahoma, most of it's in straight lines because it's so darn flat. Now down here in Tennessee, nothing is flat, and everything is not in straight lines. Which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. Now we're going to flip it around and go the long ways here in a moment. Excuse me. Oh, shit. Sorry, I picked up my phone. My son messaged me. That's my bad. That's my bad. You know what? We'll just put some grass in there. It's fine. Let's see if we can't flip this. There we go. Now we got her. All right. So what we're going to do in just a moment, we're going to get to the end of this row. We've got it all framed in, you know, kind of like a wall or something like that. We got her all framed in, and we will get to plowing. You can get to listening to some music, you know, like we've been doing some really good music stuff here on the channel. And yes, it is all AI music, but I've been having a good time making it. And you know, coming soon. We got some. I got some more things in relation to that, but you know, it's been fun. You know, use it right now while it's still a thing before AI gets banned across the country, which is fine with me. But anyway, let's get you into a time lapse, and we will get this field all plowed up. Well, that was interesting, hitting that stump right there. Almost done here with this field, and I've been thinking while I've been plowing this road. I'm sorry, this isn't snow. Plowing this field, I've been thinking, like, what do we want to do? So my thought was I was going to split this in half, and I was going to make half of this grass. And then I'm like, well, this could be a whole cash crop. Like, this could just turn into more soybeans for right now. So it might be that we turn this into soybeans. And then at a later junction, when we have animals, we can split this, or honestly, like the field that we just bought over there, we could turn that into grass. Or we could split this field into two and turn it into grass again. I know the grass is already starting to come up, but it might just be fun to, well, no-till that, but it might be fun to just, for right now, plant this all as soybeans or canola, whatever we planted over there. So those are my thoughts right now. And I'm kind of leaning towards it. So what that means is that I have to plant all this anyway. I have to fix a couple spots with, I need to paint, because, you know, not paying attention really get you sometimes. So I got to fix a couple spots. There are some loggageness. I got to fix some of the, I got to get, I'm surprised I didn't leave more stumps out here than what I did. So I'm very happy with my progress on that part. I think it's up to here. So what we're going to do is we're going to it's this spot right here. Now, how far down? I think I might just go to right here and call that good. Now, if I did, because I can't go all the way to the edge of that. It's a funky field, but we could go all the way down. We could probably okay, so let's do this. We're going to maximize our farming area. It looks like we can get one more. If we leave that road there, we could plow that up. You know what I'm saying? If we leave that road there, well, listen, we got to do weeding as well. Okay, so what I think we're going to do is we're going to change this up, what I just did, and we're going to paint some of this back in here. We're going to bring this over. We'll probably be... we'll get out here in a minute. Okay. Let's hose down. Oops. I hit the E key instead of the OR. Let's hose down the plow. Actually, we want to be back in there. Okay. So what we'll do is we're going to fix some of what I just did with painting. Because painting will get rid of your mistakes. Listen, these weren't happy little accidents. These were... My brain is not comprehending. I don't know, for whatever reason, it's easier in a semi-truck. Okay. Turn that off for right now. We actually need to get out and go to the... Oh yeah, we have that. We need to move this out of the field. Okay, which I believe is this button on my controller. Okay, start the landscaping. And we want to do F1, X, and then we want to do... Not that one. Okay, so we want to do, I believe it is this one. And then we want to do the C for the size. So what we can do is we can come here. Nope. And then we want to change the radius. Which I think is right here. Let's see how close we get. Okay, boys. So we're just painting our mistake here, our happy little accident. And I'm going to try to... I'm going to see what that looks like on the map. Okay, so let's hit the map button. Let's go back. Let's hit the map button now. And does that show that as... Okay, it still shows it as grass. Excuse me. So... I mean, I guess that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's fine. Landscaping. It's just tall grass, right? Instead of the short grass. So we could go with the... What is the... Tab? Yeah. This is the one I think that we had. Yeah, I think that's the one that I used for everything else. So we could put that back in, is what I'm saying. Get it lined up here. That way it's consistent, is what I'm going with. Consistency. Okay, where was the other spot at? Okay, so I don't need any along here. Excuse me. I think it was over here, wasn't it? Yeah, right there. See, look at that. All fixed. All fixed. Now we have a ginormous field here. Ginormous. 8 million acres. 8 million acres. Actually, I don't know how big this field is. So it's not going to tell me how big the field is. I don't even know if I get out if it'll tell me. It says 24 acres. We'll find out. So what we're going to do is, I don't want to be in this one. I'm going to be in a here. So what we're going to do is we are going to plant, I think I'm going to do, for right now until we get animals, I think I'm just going to plant the soybeans in here. Probably need to fill this up. If I do that, I need to move the other implement here. Now is it Y to change the soybeans? Roger that. Probably need to fill this up, and we need to move this guy out of the way for right now. All right. Let's get this guy filled up. Because why not? Hurt me up. Seed me up. We're just a little close to the edge right there. It's fine. It's fine. As you can tell, so I'm running this game in real time. Like, real, normal clock-age. Let's get this 180 in here. I'm sure there's an easier way to do this. All right. Okay, let's back her up. Close that. We don't need that open right now. Okay, back her up some, back her up, back her up. I want to see something. If I... Roger that. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock out this plowing. We're not going to do planting, because this is actually going to take a while. We're not going to do a time lapse on that. So I'm going to knock out this planting, and in the next episode, we will see what we need to do here. I'm guessing if we look at our map, what we're going to need to be doing after this is it's going to need... Yeah, you see how this needs just lime? So I'm going to have to plant all this. I'm going to have to lime it. And then we will do the weeding. So this needs all the stuff from last time that I planted. It's going to need to be weeded. So we're going to have to do that in the next go-round, which is fun. I actually don't mind the weeding. So I'm going to knock out all this. You guys come back for the episode where I'm going to put the lime down too, unless you know, maybe you want to see the lime. I don't know. I'm going to finish this episode anyway. We'll knock out this lime or this planting and the lime, and then the next episode we'll come back and we'll get the weeds knocked out on the other side over there. And eventually we're going to make money. Eventually we're going to make money. And we're going to be rich and rolling in the deep the cash, something like that. So appreciate you coming out, hanging out, and come back next time for more here on the More Freedom Farms. And until then, take care.